Anime God here, and bringing you another video. And this video is going to be a collab with Custody. He's one of my good friends. I've actually known him, or we've been talking about doing a collab for about a month now. And yeah, so I was just like, my boy's here, I might as well do a collab. So second part's going to be on his channel. This is what if the Uzamaki clan had a Dojutsu. And with that being said, guys, let's roll that intro. So how this story is going to work is that in the ancient times, before the Uzamaki clan was its own thing, it was still a part of the Senjus. A different part of the Senju clan was created, one that was adherently had a stronger life force, less chakra reserves, but still pretty powerful chakra reserves, but had a much stronger life force, much better for carrying tailed beasts, such as the nine-tailed fox. And with this came one person that, when transferred the nine-tailed fox into them, something different happened. Instead of just holding on to the nine-tailed fox, an ancient Uzamaki Dojutsu appeared in his eyes, similar to the clan symbol. And whenever the nine-tailed fox is put into an Uzamaki, the Uzamaki would then get the clan Dojutsu. And this Dojutsu is not always activated. It has to be activated like the Sharingan, although it's got way less stamina drain than the Sharingan. And so I'm going to go into the abilities. It's got a Kamui-like portal, except for instead of just putting things into a different dimension, it's sealing them. Because Uzumaki clan are famous for sealing, and instead of just, Kamuing them into a different dimension, it seals them into something. A different dimension, but still where they can't do anything because they're sealed inside. Another one of his abilities, its perception is slowed down by quite a bit. I would say equal to the amount of the 2 Tomoe Sharingan in each eye, if you have both of them in each eye. And it doesn't really slow down much after that, but you cannot see Tenketsu, although you can see Chakra System. You can't see it as well as the Byakugan. It's like in between Byakugan and the Uchiha. It's kind of like a blurry Byakugan. You could use it to use Tenketsu and use the Gentle Fist. It would just be very difficult. Another thing is you can see more far away. Your strength gets increased whenever you use it, along with your speed, perception, reaction time, things of the sort. So if you had the Uzumaki Dojutsu, you could use the Chidori. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Sometimes it is not always activated, by the way. So Kushina would be placed with the nine-tailed fox, and basically almost everything would happen the same as in canon, because her Dojutsu was not as prominent, considering that she just didn't really have much of a knack for the Dojutsu as other Uzumaki have. Skip to the time when everyone's dead and Naruto's still sitting alone. The nine-tailed fox was just put inside of him. He's crying, and then suddenly his eyes turn into the ones like on screen. Danzo sees this and wants to take the eyes, but when he tries to, his hand gets knocked right out of the area. The eyes cannot be taken out of the person. It just makes like a protective border around him, and basically it just gets rid of anyone trying to harm the eyes. It's particularly the eye part of it, though. And then Hiruzen decides that this kid must be very special since he has an ancient Dojutsu of the Uzumaki clan. And so he decides to put him under basically the same exact thing as normal, except for Danzo, when Hiruzen's trying to have Naruto lead a normal life, actually tells the entire village that Naruto is the nine-tailed fox, or the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed fox. Some people actually don't hate him in this time because he's actually seen sort of like a prodigy, because since he can seal things away, he's kind of like got a second mind and can like seal details away. sort of similar to the Sharingan, copying to memory, except for this time he can just see whatever is in that ceiling dimension that he copies. And so he can basically ace almost anything, and is kind of seen as a prodigy growing his way up. Naruto discovers his first nature energy pretty early on, as he did want it to look like a prodigy, and he wanted to be Hokage more than anything else. And so his first nature energy, to his belief, would be wind. And so he would go to the library and find some D-rank wind jutsu, such as wind bullet jutsu and wind shield. Naruto would be entering the academy with these two jutsu, as beforehand he didn't really have anything to do. And Naruto is actually praised by a lot of people and seen as the rival of Sasuke Uchiha, of the prominent clan of the Uchihas. And at this point, Naruto cannot control his dojutsu. His dojutsu is not quite ready for him to be activated yet, as his stamina is good, but if his stamina gets better, then he can unlock it at its full potential. Naruto is still seen as a prodigy through his time, as when he is 10 years old, his dojutsu finally comes under his complete control. He can activate it at will, he can use the abilities. Although as he grows, his dojutsu will grow as well, meaning that the size of objects he can calmly get bigger. Well, it's not actually calmly, I'm just going to say calmly, because that's way cooler. So Naruto, finally, when he's 10 years old, after he unlocks his dojutsu, decides to ask the Lord Hokage to go to the library to test some fighting styles. A few fighting styles Naruto would pick up on would definitely be the long-range fighter. But then he was like, nah, I've got wind. It's kind of the opposite of that. So I'm going to go for more of a close-range fighter, since my dojutsu helps me with that a lot. Naruto would then go to the Lord Hokage and ask him if he knows any very powerful taijutsu styles for close-up. He also mentions that he's very strong whenever he uses his dojutsu. Hiruzen would then say, "Ah, Naruto, I think I just have the trick of fighting style for you. It's called the Sticky Fist." Naruto, after learning the Sticky Fist, would actually immediately fall in love with it. The Sticky Fist is where he uses his hands to grab onto people, and basically it's like, well, it's almost like wrestling, almost, except for it's basically like a way to use like choke holds and like armor grips and like bone breaking things. And it's really a powerful thing. And Naruto actually isn't really that malnutritioned in this thing, so he's actually taller than Sasuke. The reason he's not malnutritioned is because he's kind of seen as a prodigy, and so people don't charge him extra taxes, so he actually can afford food. And so we skip to the time of the graduation exams. Naruto's learned 8 jutsu so far. 6 of them being wind, and 2 of them being 2 different other jutsu, and the 3 academy jutsu. So the 6 wind jutsu Naruto knows is wind bullet, wind shield, wind vortex, great breakthrough, gale palm, and stormy winds, which basically is a gust of wind. Then his 2 other jutsu are going to be the shadow clone jutsu, as well as the shuriken shadow clone jutsu. Then the 3 academy jutsu are obviously going to be the clone jutsu, which he's actually not that good at, barely passable if he was using that. He also knows the substitution as well as the transformation. And he would not develop the sexy jutsu in this time, although he is still kind of a pervert like his normal self, so if he wanted to, he could use the sexy jutsu. Naruto also is kind of like, man, I could probably graduate, so he decides to, with the rest of his team, just get the best scores and flex on everyone. And so he actually passes with the best scores of the class, being named as Rookie of the Year. And with that, guys, I'm going to stop, and hope you guys having a good day. Shout out to the Demon X and my friend Custody. He's going to be in the description below. The next part will be on his channel. So with that being said, guys, peace out.
Yeah, I don't wanna fall asleep, I don't wanna pass away. I've been thinking of our future, cause I'll never see those days. I don't know why this has happened, but I probably deserve